time no see, huh? Almost 2 weeks have passed from this last video, and I'm very sorry for that. But you know what? I've been busy. Busy with what? Making an art portfolio. And I'm going to show it to you right now, even though it's not completely finished yet. I still had some good ideas in it that I want to share and talk a bit about the experience and how it was and what was the reason for me to procrastinate so much. I got a chance to show my portfolio to the galleries that I've been eyeing on for the longest time possible. It's been my dream, and you know, some fairy godmother appeared in my life, offering me to show my portfolio to the gallery. And of course, I took the chance. I was so grateful. I'm still very, very grateful. And then, because it's not just a random gallery, and it's not gallery in Moscow, it's a gallery in some mysterious city. I'm not going to reveal it. It's a gallery that I really like. Gallery I think about a lot. My dream gallery, I could say. So of course it put a lot of pressure on me in terms of wanting to make the most of this chance, in terms of wanting to make a perfect portfolio. A portfolio that would make them fall in love with my art from the first glance. So that perfectionism kinda was stopping me a bit, a lot along that way. Though I'm still working on it, it's very close to finishing. I almost done. I know for sure what I should do. I know for sure what are the next steps of it. I already updated my portfolio that year in the beginning when I was working a bit with the same gallery in which I had my first solo exhibition. I actually made a video about that exhibition, so if you're interested you can check it out. I enjoyed making it, you know, this feeling of accomplishment and talking about some kind of success in your life. Oof, was nice. And now I'm talking not about success, but about the period of uncertainty, full of hope, full of dreams, full of anxiety, fears that it's not going to work out, trying to soothe myself, saying that it doesn't matter if it's not going to work out, that it matters that I've tried, and stuff like that. Actually, I think this is one of the most beautiful part, one of the most rewarding and interesting, and that's emotional distress is what making me feel alive. I'm really happy to have the chance to experience it now. I was kind of in a bit of stagnation and hopelessness about my art recently, even though I think I created one of my most exciting pieces. I updated my portfolio already in the beginning of the year, but I think I changed a lot, and after that I created my favorite pieces so far, which I'm really proud of. One of them is behind us. You can also check out the process of creating them and some inner thoughts, some inner meanings hiding in this painting. Also there are on my channel. So of course I had to update it again, and I had to make it in English, because in the beginning of the year I was working with a Russian gallery. So I had to rewrite artist statement to English, had to rewrite my CV in English as well. That wasn't the biggest problem out of all, because filming YouTube videos for more than a year really brought me in comfort with English, even though I know I make some mistakes, I know my pronunciation isn't great, yet still I feel naturally, that I feel natural. I feel free, I know I can express all my emotions, all my thoughts, so it's enjoyable for me. And considering that I read almost all books that I consume, I read them in English. Some phrases come naturally to me and I'm enjoying speaking them and practicing, so writing artist statement and other stuff was pleasant activity. CV for enough of time in my life was stressful for me because I didn't had much exhibition. Like anything I could write was like 1 or 2 group exhibition, and I was a bit ashamed of such an experience in that. But now when I had my solo exhibition, when I had some group exhibition and some press mentioning, some social media mentioning, of course it felt much better. It felt like self-pleasuring act. You list all your achievements, you list all your experience, and you feel so proud of yourself, even though it's not much so far. Yet still, I felt really pleasant, really proud of myself, really enjoy doing it. And as a factor that kind of stopped me in the portfolio, that made me procrastinate more, is the moment where I became too open, too vulnerable about my art, and since the subject I'm rising up in my art, they're quite controversial, they're quite sensitive, a lot of triggers are in my art, and they're triggering for me as well. And it's one thing to put them in images, in colors, in forms, and a completely different one of putting them in letters. And those letters, you know, you should write them emotionless. You should write them a bit like from afar. You're talking about yourself, maybe even in third person. You're talking about your art, and you should not put too many emotions. So you just put dry facts that have emotions in them. They're very emotionally tense, but you don't describe how you feel about it. In that case, I started to think that maybe it's too much, maybe it's too raw, maybe it's like a living wire, maybe they will shame me for that, maybe they will judge me, maybe they would think it's too much, just too much. But I feel that this is the beauty of art, of being too much, of having emotions that people usually try to replace, try to repress, and putting them for everyone to see. So even though, yes, I don't feel super safe sharing everything, I do this because that's what art for, in my opinion. I do that to help other people, to help them understand themselves better, to raise some emotion in them. And for that case, I'm very open and I'm very happy to sacrifice some of my comfort if I know that it's going to be a good thing. And I bet a gallery and artist is searching for that. No one wants some plain stuff, some bland stuff. I hope so, at least I hope so. No, it's like with men, you always think that you know what they want, and in fact, you can never get into their brain. So the same with galleries. I have a perfect image in my head what they want. It's the same with men, but I don't know if it's true. I don't really have a deadline on that thing yet. Of course, I want to show myself as someone disciplined and ready for opportunities. So the person who gave me this opportunity will understand that I'm someone reliable. But it's not going good so far. Not going perfect. In the beginning, self-doubt was really choking me, really suffocating me. And in the end, when I spent many times looking at all my art, thinking about it, thinking about symbols and hidden meanings, with every second I spent on it, I found more pride in it. I felt like someone might need it, might need to see it, might get inspired from it. In the end, self-doubt was still there, but it was not about my art. It was about maybe they will misunderstand me, maybe they will not take enough time to really think about my art, to really look in it, or look into my potential. Because of course, when I think about myself or when other people, I project ambitions and I project opportunities and I project potential that I think they have, which they may not have or may not see in themselves. And it's weird to expect other people to do the same, because even though I see some potential means nothing if you don't work for it, as well as ambitions mean nothing if you don't work for that. So it's like a gambling. If you see an artist who is talented, you see talent in him, you see ambitions. What if he, I don't know, gets on drugs someday or gets alcoholic and won't draw anymore, won't paint anymore, because he doesn't see that ambition in himself? And maybe I should somehow, this is actually a great idea, I should somehow show in portfolio, in some artist statement, that I have a bigger hopes, bigger meaning, that maybe I see my art as something worldwide needed. That's a great idea. I'm definitely going to put it in somehow. And a collector who gave me this opportunity to showcase my art, he also said that it's very important to tell why are you doing this, what is your motivation, what made you do this. Because for me, I never thought that it's a needed information. Never thought that someone would care, because art came really naturally to me. Both of my parents were artists, and it's something that I've been doing it since I was a little baby, and I never even thought about not doing this. It's the most important part of my life. It's a necessity for me, like drinking water, like breathing air, something I can't live without. So the question, why did you start it, never appeared in my head. There were no other options for me. I started it because it's my life. That is important to me. It's my passion, my dream, my main reason to stay alive, to be happy, to take care of myself, to take medication when needed, to sleep when it's important, to eat better food when it's important, to take rest. I do this all because I want to create more, because I really believe in what I'm doing. I got to admit that my hope that this is going to succeed is close to zero. I showed it really close to 0 because gallery really far from Moscow, and I think I have enough exhibition behind me. I don't think that they will see that potential I see in myself, yet it's very important to just let them see at least once. It's really important to just be somewhere near around the environment, even if it doesn't work out now. Maybe in the future, maybe they will see me on some kind of art fair many years in the future, and they will like, huh, I saw this girl already. Wow, she came a long way. Her art style developed more. She seems to be a more accomplished artist now. And I remember her, remember what we were reading, and how her concept evolved, and how she's supporting her idea still and is very determined and dedicated to what she's doing. Nice, that is nice. So I'm getting more anxious speaking about that. Because I read a lot that art portfolio shouldn't be too long. And it's so hard to try to be neat, try to be not babbling all the time, not showing too many to keep them interested. They won't have time to look through 20 pictures of every stroke really close. They won't read through too many texts. So you have to extract what is more important, what you think is the best, what will catch their attention. So it feels like circumstation of my soul, of my art. I'm creating some limits and choosing pieces that I will compare, because not all of my pieces I will include in this portfolio. And it feels the same as choosing between mom and dad, who you love more. Well, okay, in my case, it's quite easy, because one of those parents was absent in my life. Another metaphor, it's like choosing which your kids you love them more. I cannot be sure about it because I don't have my own kids, but I think mom cannot choose which kids she loves more. And so I think my mom loves my sister more. It's a joke, maybe not. Another thing I was worried about is that seeing art in real life, touching it, feeling the texture, seeing true colors is so completely different from just looking at pictures and for one quick second. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, it will be quick. And all my life, all my art compared into 15-20 pages of portfolio. Oof. Angel lost his wings. So I was absent from this channel for 2 weeks because I couldn't let myself waste a minute of not doing portfolio. I was really pressuring myself and stressing about it. And collector who I'm very grateful to, who gave me this opportunity. He was really patient. He told me like 50 times that I don't have a deadline. It's important that you just do it better. Good that you just do it good, that you enjoy it. So that calmed me down a bit. So I'm posting this video to share such anxious part of being an artist, yet at the same time very happy time, very mixed emotions time. And I'll be glad to be able in a few years to look back at me now, look at what I'm experiencing, because I understand in the future. My mom doesn't worry so much when she's doing a portfolio. She's pretty chill with it. And she's quite good at that. I'm actually asking her advices on how to do it better. I'm looking at her portfolio, I'm looking at her CV, contemplating what she did right, or what parts of her portfolio won't work for my art, because she also does sculptures. I don't, and there are different rules for sculptures, paintings, and performance, and video performance, and photography. When you're making a portfolio, you have to keep all those little details in your head. Every little step counts. Every eyes who saw your art counts. Every eye who saw your portfolio counts even more. You never know what will happen. You can always be self-depreciating and saying, oh, I'm not good enough yet. I will pass on the chance. I'm not good enough yet. Maybe in some years when I'll be better. I'm not going to submit to those stressful and negative thoughts. No. I'm taking risks. So now, since I talked a lot about it, I'm going to show you portfolio itself, what I did and how I did it. So enjoy! I have this thing tattooed on my back and I will have stickers with it, and my logo, I could call it like that. It took a second to draw it with Posca markers, and I'm in love how it looks, and I put it everywhere. Then we go to a little artist statement that probably I will change a bit, because I didn't put there why I do this, didn't put there my motivation, and definitely didn't put there what I want to do in future. Here we have one of my favorite works, and this is what I'm proud of. Maybe it's a bit too much. I hope they won't think that I think that they are blind and dumb, but I put pictures of details of that artwork, and I wrote what symbols mean, and I even drew a little arrows so they really wouldn't miss it. I'm really caring, and I do this because of course they won't have of course they won't have too much time to spend looking at my art. They probably just click, click, and forget about it. So I'm milking this possibility to the maximum by letting them understand more by spending less time. Think about it. Actually, that's what made me a bit too shy kinda about that, because I felt like I'm exploring really intimate moments of myself, that I'm showing something I wouldn't normally show. Like, I get really embarrassed when talking about my art, if we're being honest, in front of other people. On video, it's okay, because I feel like no one is watching. But if a person who I know in real life says something related to my video that shows that he's watched it, I get so fucking embarrassed. Really embarrassed. So here's the other work. That and previous one, they belong to the same series. Also wrote some stuff, as you can see. Actually, that is the one that I'm making a video on the background of it immediately. So if you come back, you'd see it. I'm not satisfied with the way it looks. I think the sun was too yellow and it made the color not close to real life. I already remade these pictures. Now I'm in the process of editing them so they would look close to real life. But I don't know why, but with that painting, maybe because it's the biggest one, it's hard to get light to just have the same light at all parts of it. And I'm not still satisfied with the way it looks. I really want light professional. My friend has it, but it costs like $300, which kinda cannot afford it now. And I'm afraid that it will, how to say it in English, building that I live on is pretty old, and this light is very powerful. I'm afraid that it will leave all of us without light. There's a painting that is very super intimate to me, and I'm procrastinating on talking about it because it's so embarrassing. This I also remade because it's so dark, it's so unbelievably dark, that was just a bad job of making pictures of it. I'm not proud of myself for doing this. And you see, the shadow is a fake shadow. I drew it in Procreate, and I'm satisfied with the way fake shadow looks. For that one I also did fake shadow. Here you can also see that fake shadow looks way better like that. Some of that artwork, for example, is not available, but I still put it because it's one of the best I think I ever created. It's 2 meters on 2.5 meters. Ooh, big one. Another fake shadow. Wow, it's already 26 pages. Maybe too long, I don't know. And it's still not all paintings I want to include. Okay, I'll think about it. Here's my little SV. I put that picture here. I think I look like, innocent and caught in a moment. So it's not picture from my Instagram where I'm just, pretty face. Here I'm without makeup. I'm with braids instead of hair let go. I'm just in plain white t-shirt. So I think it's perfect. It's very natural, and I'm not pressing on my sexuality or femininity. So I hope to be treated as an artist instead of a woman, which happens very rarely in my life. Not going to lie, super rarely. Let's move to how I did all of that. So we'll move to iPad. I actually spent time deleting all photos. Don't look at that, that's a new one. All photos and all stuff that is not my... no, I didn't delete all of them. That is not my painting, so I could navigate them easily. So now iPad is solely for art, is solely for creating, solely for professional reasons. this picture is bad. It's too dark, and you see it's clearly, very clearly, it's not in line, very clearly. Something I later will change in Procreate, something I'll already change, and the lighting I'll also change. That one is better, so I didn't have to change it a lot, but of course I still did, and I crop out all the background. Okay, let's go and check this, how I did it. And this is just pretty me. I'm probably going to put these pictures on my Instagram. I think I look quite good, and with such cheekbones. Sexy lady. As you can see, tons of work was done. Here, let's check out the process of how I was doing it. Deleting everything, then putting it, erasing everything, putting shadows, lighting up some parts, mixing them together. So the difference is quite huge. Some parts are darkened, some parts I'm making lighter, so it's all would look even. Without shade, it looks boring and kinda loses itself on contrast to the very white background. With shade, it looks much better and it looks like it's hanging on the wall. I love this artwork so much, literally one of my favorite ones. And again, without shadow, it looks bad. So this fake shadow is a life hack that I took from my mom. She told me it's a good thing, and she was quite right about that. So again, here's all fake shadows. Here I will again make little arrows, will say what each thing mean, and it's actually quite pleasant to come back to your art and think all about that. This is also left to done, and after I'm finished with that, portfolio will be done. Oh, they don't have those heart and birds here. Okay, so we'll use just normal one. So I'm really excited to finish this portfolio. I'm really excited to finally send it. Hoping to get some critique, some advice from the collector on which part I could make better, and hoping for a positive answer, or just positive review, or just thumbs up, you did a great job, but we're not compatible now, maybe in future. That will also make me happy. So I hope everything will be really good. Okay, so that was it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comments if you had such stressful, exciting moments in your life, in your career, or just tell me any of your thoughts. Maybe you have some advices for me. So see you soon. Love you all a lot. Bye. Wish me luck. Yes, wish me luck, please.